Hi everyone, this is John Arnold from the 7-Minute Life, and I'm really excited about this video because Allison's in the process of working on some new training, and I got on a Skype call the other day with her she was going to walk me through the slides of that and see what I thought about it. And she actually, when she got done, I was crazy excited about it because after the end of her slides, she said, "Hang on, let me show you something else I have." And she pulled out her handwritten notes of the new training that she's going to be doing. This is stuff I've never seen. It's brand new from her. And I've been with Allyson from pretty much the get-go, early on when she wrote the 7-Minute Difference. And I was learning stuff out of this and putting together pieces of the puzzle that, as much time as I've spent in time management, I have never been able to pull those pieces together. So here's the cool thing. She sent those to me, scanned them, sent them to me, and she's going to let me share a couple pieces out of this training with you. And I'm going to do that over a couple quick videos. Now, I want to tell you who these videos will be, I think, most beneficial for. And there's 3 people that I have in mind. One is, if you feel like you're just not living into your highest potential, if you feel like you have much bigger and better ideas for your life that you can't seem to get into them, that you're constantly cycling and unable to break free and move there, then you'll want to watch this video and the video I'm sharing with you after. The other 2 people are folks that are in business, and the ones I have in mind are, if you are in some leadership position within a business where you have to work with teams or a staff toward projects together, and you intuitively know, like, I feel that if our team could really get their energy together, if we could pull our productivity act together, that our sales and our revenue would skyrocket. But we seem to just kind of get by and do okay, or you're struggling. Okay, you're going to love this training. And then lastly, maybe you're not a team leader, but you're a team member and you're frustrated because you're in a team that's not working well together. And you too have this sense of, man, I know we can do better and I know our sales and our revenue could be better. I wish I knew how I could provide leadership as a team member so that we could do better. You 3 folks are who I have in mind for this training today and in the next video that I'm sharing out of Allison's notes. And I want to go right now to the whiteboard and give you a taste of what we're working on. So come with me now and let's look at that. Okay, here we are at the whiteboard, and I've taken the handwritten sheet that Allyson shared with me, and I've kind of reproduced it at a larger level. And I think this illustrates the trap that a lot of people are in, and I wanted to start with that just really quickly and see if this sounds familiar if you're living out some variation. This is what life can look like if you don't have good time management, all right? So, the beginning of the week, Monday rolls around, we wake up in the morning, and you're already feeling overwhelmed as you go to the office because you're thinking of the 10 dozen things that have to get done today or will need to get done this week. You hit the door, and as you hit the door, you immediately start getting interruptions and distractions. And the thing that seemed the most important as you were driving in winds up never getting attended to through the whole day. And you actually probably only use half or a third of your day doing productive work because you're overwhelmed from the get-go, and then you get hit with more when you come in. So you come in on Tuesday morning, having gone through that, and now you're coming in with unfinished tasks on your list as well and feeling more urgency. You work harder and you push all day long and then some, and you do the same thing on Wednesday for a couple days in the middle of the week. You're really cracking it hard, trying to get caught up with what you failed to do then and the things that are overwhelming that are still out front of you. So much so that by the time Thursday hits, that you go in and you're starting to feel exhausted and you're mildly productive, and by Friday you come in and you're burned out and can hardly do anything. So what happens on Saturday? Saturday, you end up coming back in or at home doing catch-up work to make do for what you missed out on Thursday and Friday. And then Sunday rolls around, and guess what? Sunday is a wash because you're wiped out from this. And you feel guilty because Saturday when you went into work, you missed your kid's soccer game, or you failed to get something done at home like a repair on a car or bills paid, and now you have that on top of you as well as whatever was going in the office. Okay, when she shared this picture with me, I thought, oh my goodness, when I'm not on my time management game, this can become my life really rapidly. It doesn't take much. If I follow 7-minute life strategies and principles that I've learned to implement in a disciplined fashion, then this doesn't have to exist. We can have balance in our lives, and Allyson put it in a great way. She talked about our potential. And when we're living fully in our potential, which this isn't our potential at all, when we're living fully in our potential, we are excited, we're engaged, we have all kinds of motivation. We're not just active, but we're achieving the goals that we set for ourselves. And if we're in business and we're on our A game with time management, we start seeing our revenues and our sales begin to skyrocket because we're not losing all of this time. And frankly, truth be told, a lot of this time where we're productive is just busy work when we have poor time management strategies and skills. Okay, so that's the picture of what life is like for a lot of people. This may be an overstatement for you, but I bet there's times where it rings true. And if it does, life does not need to be that way at all. I mean, what if you could structure and strategize to where you were productive in a very even fashion throughout your week, and you actually had weekends where you did the things that you wanted to do? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, that's completely possible. Now, I want to take a picture at how we wind up in this space sometimes for each one of those 3 people that we talked about just a moment ago. Let me clean this up and I'll come right back. Okay, here we are, and looking at that first person I mentioned a moment ago, where right now, let's say you're at point A in your life, and you know or you believe that you want to be at point B, which is really living into your highest potential. That picture of what I talked about a moment ago, where you're achieving your goals, you're engaged, you love your job, you're making profit. We'll look at that individual who knows that's out there, but despite their best efforts, can't seem to get there. Here's kind of the problem, if you will. First off, they've got the wrong mindset. If that's where you are, it's really not an A to B journey. What we're really looking at, and what Allyson kind of woke me up to, was that this is an A to Z journey. And we have to be able to picture B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. And oftentimes, we do not have that in mind. And so we're ineffective at being able to get there. The other thing that I've experienced in my own life is that perhaps we have the right mindset. We know that it's really Z and that there are a lot of interim things that have to happen to take us there. But rather than walking this way toward it, we do this. We cycle because we're stuck in a failed strategy. We're stuck in a failed time management model so that we are circling around. I had this one fella, he explained to me once, he was talking about people on life path, and he said some people on their life path, their foot, it's like they have one foot nailed to the ground. And so when they try to move forward, what actually happens is they do this. They're just going around in circles because that one foot, they won't pull it up. And what you need, if that's the position you're in, is you need time strategies that are going to allow you to pull that foot up, to let go of the failing time strategy, and you need time strategies that help you go B, C, D, E, F consistently until you get to G, and you do that through repeatable daily processes. So I will talk in the next video about what you do to pull that foot up and how you move forward a little bit more concretely. Now let's look at this in terms of business. A moment ago, I said I kind of spoke to two different people in business. People who are team leaders, and you have team members that you're working with. And this is the profit, this is the sales that you know you could do if you had your productivity act together. Unfortunately, what oftentimes happens in business for the team leader is the team leader sees and knows what needs to be done, where the team needs to go to. Oftentimes, though, what happens is you have team members who are willy-nilly moving about like this, and they may not even understand fully where they're supposed to be going, and rather than getting to Z, I'll call it, they get to Z minus. All right, they get to a result, but they get to a result expending a huge amount of energy and wasting a huge amount of time, and they wind up not even hitting the mark of where the team leader intended for them to go. When that is the case, your profit suffers with every one of these missteps, period. Your sales suffer, your end revenue suffers, because every one of those missteps represents energy and time, and energy and time cost you and your company money. So what do you really want to see happen? You would love to see your team members do this. You would love to see them plug into the trajectory as early on as possible that's going to take you as directly as possible to your desired highest potential result, period. And when you do this, profits and revenues, they do this. In the next video, I'm going to share with you the 2 keys you need to implement to go from this scattered approach to a lower level of productivity and achievement, to channeling your team into this so that profits and revenues go up. So you do not want to miss the next video, because that's what we're going to hit in it. I can't wait to hear your responses. I would love for you to comment and let us know if this rings true for your experience, if you find yourself in one of these 3 categories. And it would just be really helpful to know where you are in that. So please comment below and let us know if this rings true, because we really want to help you achieve your highest potential and your highest business results as individuals and as companies. My last word is, okay folks, I mentioned a third person who's a team member. Even if you're not in positional authority, you can help make this happen. And when you help make this happen, you get recognized as a leader, and your personal position and your personal profit can go up within a company. So we'll talk about that as well in the next video. So I cannot wait. I'm really excited about doing this. I'm so glad that Allyson let me take a few pages out of the upcoming training that she's going to have, and we're going to enjoy that together. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye now.